Welcome back to Great Day Live. Burgers, bold flavors, and bragging rights. It is that time of year again. The Kentucky Derby Festival is calling all burger bosses to fire up their grills and enter the search for the 2026 Derby Burger Champion. Now in its 14th year, this beef showdown welcomes everyone from home cooks to professional chefs to submit their creative, delicious, and downright watering burger recipes. So here with more is Kelly from the Kentucky Beef Council and Dan from Dan-O's Seasoning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I cannot wait for this. This is always so much fun. There are so many creative people out there, but those who aren't familiar, what is this competition all about?
Yeah, so the Derby Burger Challenge, what's the best way to say is that it's a celebration of the Kentucky Derby itself, Kentucky agriculture, and of course the flavors that make Kentucky what it is. So really just celebrating our beef producers while the Derby Festival is happening and being able to put up a great show with great tasting recipes.
Yeah, you actually brought last year's winning burger, so what all is on this one?
Yes, so this is the Kentucky Fiesta Cheeseburger. This was last year's winning recipe. The only two requirements of the contest that you have to have is that 100% beef burger and using Dan-O's seasoning. So we have that 100% Kentucky Cattleman's ground beef patty seasoned with the Chipotle Dan-O's seasoning. And then on top there's Chihuahua cheese, an avocado spread, pico, some romaine blend, all on a bun.
Oh my gosh, tell me about a Fiesta on a bun right there.
Yeah.
And you've actually extended the deadline because it would have been cut off right now, but since everything in the grocery stores right now are out of stock, you actually extended it for another, is it 2 weeks?
Just 1 week. So on February 7th, the submissions will close now, not this Saturday, next Saturday. So you have a little bit more time. Hopefully you can find some beef, find some Dan-O's, and get all of your groceries. Go out to Kroger and find everything to make next year's winning burger.
Yeah, people get so creative with this. I've seen people put interesting cheeses on there. I've seen fruit on the burger before. What has been maybe your favorite of all time of this competition?
I haven't been around for all 14 years, but there was a brie and goat. There was goat cheese and blackberry jam burger that was absolutely delicious a couple years back.
That sounds so good. That's like a very spring burger,
Yes.
wouldn't you say? And
Is
so
that the one with the arugula?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's like a fancy one,
Yes.
a fancy burger. And so Dan, you've actually been a part of this for, is it now 4 years?
4 years now.
And so
yes.
you are a Kentucky-grown company. So what does it mean to be a part of the Kentucky Derby Festival every year?
Growing up, born and raised here in Louisville, always been a horse guy. So being a part of the Burger Challenge, always been a food guy as well, a seasoning guy. And so it's just, two things coming together. And I remember, like 7 or 8 years ago, I tried to enter a burger and I didn't necessarily do it, but now we get to sponsor it. And it's just cool because every year I get to go out there to Kroger and I get to try each one of the burgers, and I'm a part of the judging process.
Oh, wow.
I absolutely remember that burger with the arugula and the jam and the hot honey on it. It was amazing. So it's awesome to be a part of the process and to see people use the Dan-O's because the flavor's there, right? You gotta add flavor to this food, and the flavor's there, so we do our part.
Yeah, and you've actually kind of expanded your line a little bit. You actually are working into the dips now.
That's right. We just launched the all-natural dips. They're not in stores yet.
Okay, this is like a GDL exclusive right now.
It is, absolutely. But you can get them on the website, Amazon. So we're super excited. Nobody's ever come out with all-natural dips, and so that's what we wanted to do. Dan-O's is all about using the best ingredients, and so 2 years ago, I was like, let's make dips, but let's do it naturally without all the MSG and silicone dioxide, modified cornstarch. So that's what we did.
Well, I cannot wait to try those. But if someone is sitting at home right now and they're like, ooh, I have a really good idea for a burger, what kind of advice would you give them before they enter their recipe?
I would say keep it relatively simple, but try and use some ingredients that maybe you typically wouldn't. Like I would never think to put fig jam and arugula and goat cheese on a burger, but yet they all came together so beautifully. I mean, look at this with the guacamole and what other ingredients are on there. Just keep it fancy, but keep it simple in a way, because a part of the judging process is also, there's going to be a restaurant that makes this burger, so it can't be like super complicated.
Right.
but it needs to have a little bit of complicated.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like simply elevated,
There you
which
go.
that is like a way
There
you
you
would
go.
put it, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the chef out there wanting to enter?
Absolutely the same along the sides with Dan. We do have to make a lot of those samples, and it can be elevated but simple. It's judged on creativity, ease of preparation, appearance, and then of course taste. So make sure that you make something that tastes good, it's easy to enjoy, and then something that really comes together. All of the Kentucky, we have our Kentucky brands. Dano's is here. We have the Kentucky beef. How better to celebrate Kentucky?
Absolutely. I cannot believe that we are really almost there in Derby season. I think we're about 90-something days away, so here we go. So again, thank you guys so much, but the deadline has been extended through February 7th, and you can submit your recipe over at kdf.org/beef.